Hey guys, Jessica Schwartz here. I just wanted to hop on. I know I'm not the greatest at making videos all the time, but I wanted to jump on and just talk about self-publishing and books and what the process of self-publishing looks like. And this is the perfect time to do it because I just launched my third book. I have it right here. So I just published this. It launched last week on Tuesday, November 26th. Concept to conclusion, how to write a book. I'm super duper proud of it. It is really cool. It's tons of information all about how to write a book, from concept to refining your idea, identifying your audience, creating an outline, writing a chapter, exercises, action steps, even things like the order of the book for formatting and how to find an editor and how to market your book. I'm just really, really proud of it. I think that this book is one of the best things that I've written, and I'm just super proud of it. And thank you so much if you've supported it. I'll provide a link below, but it is just very near and dear to my heart. It is my third book. My first book was self-published in August of 2017. My second book was actually traditionally published in February of 2019. Originally, it was self-published in March of 2018, and then it was republished as a traditionally published book early this year. And then my third book is self-publishing. So there's a lot of reasons why you might decide to self-publish versus traditionally publish your book, or versus going through a vanity publisher and having them self-publish your book for you. There are a lot of reasons. For me, it really boils down to the goals of my book and what I want it to do for me. So just to talk a little bit about that, for this book, it is my third, so I do have a little bit more exposure and of a following and people who know I exist than the first two books. So that made it a good candidate for self-publishing. I also want to use this book as a marketing tool for my business, as opposed to just as a marketing tool for me and as a sales, I'm not looking to become famous. I want to get my book out there to help people, but I'm not trying to get famous or trying to, get on the New York Times bestseller list. It really is about wanting to drive traffic to this book and genuinely help people at a lower price point, and then be able to use it as a tool for my business and for myself. So for those reasons, self-publishing was the right way to go for me. And of course, you're going to make your own decision, and that's perfectly fine. And so I wanted to get a chance to talk to you about the process of self-publishing and what you specifically are going to need and how it works. So when you are ready to when you decide to self-publish, the first thing you need is a manuscript, and it needs to go through editing, and then it needs to go through formatting. So the process of self-publishing means that you need to have all of the vendors and the people set up. So for example, I had one person who actually created the cover of the book, including the spine and the back. And then I also had another one who did the formatting. Now, formatting is everything from what font it is, how does it look. This is a sidebar. You can see that it has dots. You can see that it has dots going around it. That was something that had to be done in formatting. Different fonts. This is a fun fact that's also pulled out using lines. All of that is formatting. Another example is the title page. Title page in the front had to be formatted, and that is different than the font that's in the interior of the book. All of that is formatting. All of that is up to you to determine as the author. If you are self-publishing, you have to decide. Another element is I chose to have my name on the top left page and the book's name on the top right. And that actually was not I originally was going to have the chapter title at the top right, but that didn't work because the chapter titles are too long. So every little individual detail when it comes to whatever is inside the book, except for the actual content, is formatting. So I had a cover designer, I had a formatter, I had editors. I have editors that I've worked with for years, who I trust with my life and with my books. And we do it all through Google Docs so that we can kind of monitor what each of us is doing. They can take a look at it as I'm, reviewing my work. I can go back in and review their edits and make sure that I'm comfortable with them. And once I have all of those things, then it's time to self-publish. And the actual things you need for self-publishing, you need For an ebook, you need a front cover image as a JPEG, or I think you can also has it as a TIFF or a PNG document. But JPEG is the most commonly accepted. So you need the cover image individually by itself without the rest of the cover. You need the MOBI or EPUB format of your manuscript. Now, those are typically going to be PDFs. They're going to be like .epub or .mobi. Amazon specifically wants you to do MOBI because it is formatted specifically for their Kindle devices. You can also upload EPUB on Amazon, but you do run into a minor risk of like formatting issues when people are scrolling through, like something might be slightly off. So your best bet is a MOBI, MOBI file. And and then the actual book description. So you do need to be able to copy and paste in the description of your book. For ebook, so ebook, book description, front cover only image, and the formatted interior file as ideally a .mobi file. You can use EPUB. Technically, you can use PDF, but it's not recommended. MOBI is Amazon specific. EPUB is basically every other online retailer of ebooks. So you do want to have both, but for uploading to Amazon, ideally use MOBI if you have it. For the physical book, which used to be through CreateSpace, is now through Amazon's Kindle Direct Publishing, you will need what's called a wraparound cover, which is when you have the whole thing, including the spine from your cover designer, the PDF print version of your formatted manuscript, and then also the description. You still want to have the description and everything like that so that you can have everything in one place. Obviously on Amazon, you'll need to select a couple of categories, which you can do on the uploading page. You have to set the prices, decide whether or not you want to be in KDP Select, which there are advantages and disadvantages to being in it. Highly recommend you take a look at that. You have to determine whether or not you want digital rights management. I think the more I research it, the more I do not want digital rights management. I think that is just your own personal choice. I don't think that it's necessarily right or wrong. I think it's just the way it is. So, and then once you actually click save, it'll take anywhere between 24 to 72 hours for Amazon to get it live, get it up there, and have it ready for sale, which they will email you. So they're not going to immediately start promoting it. They're going to email you and tell you it's live and give you the link. So you can go in and start getting reviews and make sure it looks perfect and order some author copies, which you get you can order the physical book. Author copies are just the price of the actual wholesale price. That's the cost of printing plus shipping, and that's it. So you're not paying like this book. I have the ebook, I think priced at $6.99, and I have the paperback priced at $12.95. I don't have to pay $12.95 for my own personal copies. I get it at wholesale price, so the price of printing plus shipping, which you get through KDP. So Kindle Direct Publishing, I think it's kdp.amazon.com. And this is all obviously, very obviously, this is all focused on Amazon. So that is the most commonly used ebook self-publishing platform. So I don't want you to think that the others don't exist or they're not out there and available and used. This is just in my experience. I see most people are using Amazon. So that's the information I want to give. So I would love to hear from you guys what questions you have. If you want to know more about, my specific experience self-publishing, whether it's my own books or working with clients, or if you just have questions about the process, and I'd be happy to answer. Thank you so much for watching. You're welcome to subscribe and if you want, and comment and ask me questions. I'll paste a couple of resources down in the description box, and thanks so much for watching.